AI governance questions. Wow. This is a deep dive into the inner operations of artificial intelligence and some key critical questions that need to be asked, explored, examined, uncovered, and thoroughly discussed when creating an AI model and evaluating and monitoring its operations to ensure equity, fairness, and responsibility for those who are making high stakes decisions that impact us all. So first and foremost, ask the AI provider how the application was built. Was it built on biased data? How are you going to adapt your model to a particular population to account for differences in populations? Will models be retrained or rebuilt to mirror and match a unique population's demographic? How will AI be monitored throughout operations? What information will be given and fed into the AI model to ensure the model is fair across different groups? What actually drives the AI decisions being made, and to what extent can you explain the internal deliberation and calibration process occurring? How do you measure whether the AI model is fair, considering fairness is not a statistical measurement? What one person thinks is fair may differ from what another person thinks is fair. So let me give you an example. In the state of Texas, you've got AI grading standardized tests now, and even the essay questions, and thereby saving the state of Texas millions of dollars. Some estimate between $10 to $15 million annually when these AI algorithms and operations and models are incorporated into the grading process, and the proctors or graders, human graders, are not hired. And in so doing, the Latinos, because there's a majority of students in the state of Texas now who are Latinos and speak Spanish and English as their second language, and they may answer a question or an essay question, specifically when writing an essay, and use Spanglish or a Spanish word, and thereby the test is flagged, which immediately removes the equity stake or the equity portion or promise within that test being graded, because their Spanish words are being flagged, unlike the English speaker who doesn't use Spanish words when writing an essay. And in so doing, they are immediately put at a disadvantage as a test taker. And then if they answer in slang or something that's not typically known or used in modern day academic English, the, again, test taker is put at a disadvantage. And the slang and the Spanish is oftentimes used by Latinos or African Americans or Haitian students, or those from another country. If they're not Spanish speaking, maybe they are coming from Vietnam if they're in Houston, Texas, and different languages that they speak, and thereby they may have not have a full grasp of the English language, and when they're writing an essay, suddenly they are put at a disadvantage because they don't have the same fluency as does a native English American-born speaker. So all of these matters of fairness come into consideration and put minorities at a disadvantage, even in academia, within education in schools, from grades K to 12 and even on through university and higher education. And these are potential lawsuits in the future, and I'm sure that they will definitely hit the fan and be brought to bear. But what one person thinks is fair may differ from what another person thinks is fair. So when aggregating data for different groups, how does the AI model affect these different groups? Are different groups of people equally likely to be able to access credit when AI models are used by banks to choose a candidate eligible for a bank loan? Or is one group more advantaged over the other, and why? Which group may receive a false positive, and why? Is one group likely to receive credit when they are not creditworthy compared to another? How does the model, the AI model, perform for each group, and is it equitable and equal and fair when doing so? How do we ensure that the quality of our decisions are equal across all groups? At the end of the day, what most matters is our decisions. How do our decisions impact different groups? So who gets a job interview, a housing allowance or allocation or credit to borrow? And are there differences in those benefits and why? How accurately does the AI model make predictions for different groups? Let us always be mindful and ask ourselves these very important in AI governance questions.